Hare Krishna. Okay, welcome all to
Hare
this
Krishna.
of Bhagavad Gita as it is. Hare Krishna. Uh, okay, so we saw a good introduction of the Bhagavad Gita last time. Any quick thoughts, comments, questions that you had on Srila Prabhupada's introduction of Bhagavad Gita? How he introduces Bhagavad Gita, he gives a background, he also introduces a lot of topics as to what does the Bhagavad Gita contain. Yeah. So anything that you remember from our discussions last week as a quick recap? Anybody?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
So, initially we started with what is Bhagavad Gita. So,
Mhm.
Bhagavad Gita is also known as a Gita Upanishad,
Very nice.
and it's a manual of our living entities, and
Mhm.
it's the essence of Vedic knowledge and
Very
the
nice.
importance of the Upanishad in Vedic literature.
Very
And
nice.
it's a discussion between the Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Prabhuji, I have a question over here. I
Very
can
nice.
ask him.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, why Lord Krishna has choose Arjuna? Uh, what
Why has
was
he
his
chosen?
past life? Chosen. And
Mhm.
what was his past life, Prabhuji?
So
Uh,
Arjuna is a
so that
devotee.
he got the opportunity to be with Lord Krishna.
Yeah, in the Bhagavatam, this comes, they actually Nara Narayana Rishi. Nara is Arjuna, Narayana is, of course, Lord Krishna. So,
Okay.
Lord Krishna appears millennium after millennium for Yuge Yuge. He says that, right? In Bhagavad Gita, he will say that.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is basically Lord Krishna and Arjuna coming to help all the humanity because Dharma has got Glanir Bhavati Bharata. What does he say? Abhyudhanam adharmasya. Because of adharma, he comes again and again. So he is, and Krishna also mentions further in the Bhagavad Gita that Arjuna is, you are my friend and devotee. Bhakto si me sakha. Yeah, so they are connected from the past. Yeah, and one of the understanding is that they are basically Naranarayana Rishi coming here as Arjuna and Krishna. Yeah,
So whenever there will be a Leela of Lord Krishna, like Balram is
is
with
there.
him
Yeah.
uh, every time. So in Kali Yuga also he
Hmm.
will come. So at that time also the
Kali Yuga is
Arjuna,
already come.
but when he will appear again, at
Yeah.
that time also like
Even
Lord
again
Balram.
also he's already appeared. He's appeared as
Yes.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's appeared as Bhagavatam. Yeah, is Lord Krishna himself.
Okay. So again, he's going to come as a Kali, Brahman Putra or something, which I read somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Lord Krishna
Uh,
will come again, no, Prabhuji, when there will be end of Kali Yuga.
yeah, he will keeps coming again and again. End of Kali Yuga, he comes as Kalki, right?
Kalki. So at
Yeah.
that time also the Arjuna will be with him.
Oh, possible. I don't know. It depends on Lord Krishna's desire. If he wants his devotees' help at that particular point of time.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Indu
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead, Mataji. Tell us about Bhagavad Gita that you remember from our last discussion.
Uh, Prabhuji, I'm having one question also.
Okay.
Uh, Last time we saw that there are 5 subjects
Very nice.
in Bhagavad Gita, which includes God,
Yeah.
Ishwar himself, then Jiva,
Ishvara, Jiva,
Prakriti, Kala, Karma,
Prakriti, Kal, and Karma. Very nice. Okay. Yeah.
and we have given an analogy of Jiva with a bird sitting on a tree.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah. In the body of the tree. Yeah. Very good.
Yeah, and Prakriti is controlled by 3 gunas, Sattva, Raja, and Tamo.
And Tamo. Very nice. Okay.
And karma is not eternal. Rest 4 subjects are eternal.
Are eternal. Very nice.
Then the teachings are based on three principles, that is Sambandha,
Abhideya
Abhidya,
and
and Prayojana.
very nice, very nice. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojan we saw. Okay, very good.
Sambandha deals with relationship with Krishna, and Abhidya is the process how to achieve it, and Prayojana is the ultimate goal, which is the Prema Bhakti towards
Yes,
Krishna.
very nice, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Huh? So that's what Srila Prabhupada introduces in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, you had a question, you said?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, Gita is given by Lord Himself. So the words are eternally unchanged. So, but it
Yeah,
is coming in Itihasa Mahabharata.
yeah,
Mahabharata is a part of Smriti. I don't
yeah,
remember it. It's a
yeah, yeah,
Shruti.
Smriti, correct.
So, Prabhuji, how can I mean the knowledge which is eternally unchanged? It's come under this
Yeah, no
Shruti.
problem.
It's a
Yeah.
part of Smriti.
Shruti is a more, philosophical. There is no specific, there are aphorisms like Vedic axiomatic truths. Krishna is taking the sar of all of that and presenting it in the Bhagavad Gita during the war.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, not a problem. Ithihas, I mean, every Ithihas, every Puran, everything, even all the Puranas have some aspects of the Upanishads. They are all, like what I say, the branches of the Vedas, right? So they are all understandings from the Vedas. Smriti is more application for, because Srila Prabhupada, sorry, Bhagavad Gita also, Lord Krishna says that for all the lower level of people, yeah, they for them to comprehend, he speaks this through the itihas. Yeah, because itihas people can easily comprehend. Ramayana discussions happen between, you don't need to be a brahmana with a thread with and chanting all of those mantras for, so like that. So for them also they need knowledge, right? They need application of that particular important knowledge. So that's why it comes as itihas, and that's why all of the talks are mentioned. Like for example, even the discussions between Bhishma Dev and Yudhishthir comes as part of Mahabharata. So that is also learning, right? There's so much of knowledge Bhishma Dev gives, which is whatever he has learned as part of his understanding. So yeah, that's how it is presented, basically presented so that Upanishads can be easily understood by all the common people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And yeah. Good. What other somebody else? Some other point that you remember that we discussed in our class last time?
We heard about
Mhm.
Kuru dynasty.
Kuru dynasty. Yeah, very nice. We saw the background of who is fighting whom. Yeah, very nice. We saw the little bit of background of Kuru dynasty and we saw the overall number of people there. Very good, very good.
And we learned about different rasas.
Different rasas, very nice. Yes, yes. There was a chart on the different rasas, the five main rasas and the seven secondary rasas. Very good, very good. Yeah, yeah,
Then
yeah.
we have
Ashish,
seen the three different manifestations of Lord.
three
First one
different
is in
manifestations. Very
Lord
nice.
is in a light form, impersonal Brahman. Then Paramatma sitting in everyone's heart. Then Lord is complete in himself, that is Satchitananda form.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. A Lord in the three forms. Very good. Yeah, Ashish Prabhuji had a point. Go ahead.
So it was spoken on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and there are 700 verses, of which
Very nice.
574 was spoken by the Lord Krishna, 84 by Arjuna, 41 by Sanjay, and 1 by Dhritarashtra.
One by Dhritarashtra. Today we'll see what Dhritarashtra speaks. Very good. Very nice. Thank you, Ashish Prabhuji, about that. Good. So, very good. Very good. Everybody remembers a lot of the things that we discussed. What we will also see today is a little bit of introduction more, some overview of from a different perspective, and a little bit of the overall topics of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. Okay. So this is one interesting thing. So our Acharya has mentioned that we are all of us, people in general, and if you say you look at 30,000 feet view, and you're looking at all the people doing their activities, all the activities that people are doing, they can be, clubbed under four things. Any guesses what those four things are?
Eating.
Eating, very nice. Everybody, every living entity eats. Yeah, we are also eating. We are busy with eating. Yeah, very good.
Sleeping.
Yeah,
Sleeping.
sleeping. Everybody is sleeping also. Very nice. Eating, sleeping.
Like eating.
No, eating is done. All of that. All of that is part of eating.
Activity like
Yeah, what activity? These are
sense
all activities, right? Two main we mentioned.
enjoyment.
Huh?
enjoyment. Sense enjoyment.
Sense enjoyment, yes, very good. Mating, it's called mating. Yeah, we is eating, sleeping, mating, and what else do we do?
Defending.
Defending, very nice. What is defending about?
Like to protect ourselves.
Protect ourselves. So even when I go to office, yeah, and get money for myself so that I can, live nicely, I can keep my house nicely. Yeah, so that is all part of defense. Even animals do that. They will, one dog, he will go pee in four places. This is my area. Yeah, a lion will mark his area with his scent, with his bodily scent all over. This is my area. I am the controller. Defending. So eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. If you look at humanity and animals, all living entities, they are doing these four things. Yeah, everybody is eating. Humans are also eating. Yeah, animals are also eating. Yeah, yeah, the eating of the activity. Then we see sleeping. Like we mentioned, we are also sleeping. Animals also sleep. That is eating and sleeping probably makes half of our day. 12 hours is gone eating and sleeping. Remaining 12 hours, what do we do? Mating. We produce. We basically get into connections, get into relationships. Yeah, animals also do that. And defending, we defend, countries defend, we individually defend, we get our houses protection for ourselves. We ensure we have enough money, we buy insurance, we invest money. What are we doing? Defense. This is all part of defense. Animals also do defending. So that means if somebody sees, say an alien comes and he sees all of these particular set of activities, he'll think, oh, humans and animals, they are same. There is no difference, because animals also eat, humans also eat. Yeah, sleep, animals sleep, humans also sleep. So there is no difference. Is that right understanding? For if an alien comes, are we different from human beings?
Yes,
What do you think?
Prabhuji.
We are different from animals. Yeah, we are better animals. Yes. So yes, what is that?
We can use our intelligence, Prabhuji.
Very nice,
Animals
very
can't
nice. We have
use
higher
their
intelligence. Sorry, Mataji.
Animals can't use their intelligence. We can use
They
our
can use their
intelligence.
intelligence. They use their intelligence for, defending, for marking. Like, for example, dogs are pretty intelligent. We can't say dogs are not intelligent.
We have the ability to question.
Very nice. We have ability to question. Also, we have higher consciousness. Yeah, and yes, you're right. We can also question. We have the ability to discern or differentiate. So yeah, very good. That's another difference that we have between human beings and animals. What else? What other?
Basically humanity, and we have the intelligence to understand who is God,
Very nice.
what is
Yep.
the purpose of life.
Or the purpose of life. Very good. Yeah, we can question why. Yeah. So why am I suffering? Is the one of the questions that we can ask. Very good. So that's that's all of the things that we can do. And though we say we are better than animals, we are more intelligent than animals, but still we are all what? We see that many, if you talk to people, everybody is dissatisfied. There is always wanting, oh no, I'm not, this is not good. I want something more. I want something more. And if you see, they are full of anxiety. Oh, what will happen? They're all slightly fearful. They are stressed. They're depressed, and above all, they're all unhappy. So even though we say, oh, human beings are better than animals, still our position is not so great. Yeah. And yeah, why is that? Because, like right, Damodar mentioned, because we are unaware of what the purpose of life is. We all think, oh, we are all animals. If animals are eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, we also have to do eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, and there is nothing else. And we live our life, yeah, in a common manner. Yeah. But if you see, actually, in nature, in material nature, every feature of nature has a purpose, isn't it? Yeah, every feature of nature has a purpose. For example, a tree is green. Why? Or leaves are green. Why? Because of chlorophyll, yeah, carbon dioxide, oxygen we've studied in school. So that's why the chlorophyll is green in color, and therefore the tree is green in color largely. I mean, almost all trees, almost all trees. So there is a purpose. A giraffe has a long neck. Yeah, there is a long trunk which an elephant has for very specific sets of purposes. So every feature of nature has a purpose, isn't it? So therefore, if we say human beings have higher intelligence, they have higher intelligence, they have higher discriminating power, they have higher reasoning power. What is the reason for that? Why has nature given humans this additional power? Huh? Yeah. So, like somebody has mentioned also, because we can use this nature, this additional power, additional feature that we have to question, to find out why. Why am I suffering? Or who is God? Or who am I? So that is only coming up. Why? Because humans have better intelligence. Now, if you use your better intelligence for eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, oh, let me eat better food, let me sleep nicely in the this thing, yeah, or let me make more and more money so that I can defend myself better, I'll be more powerful. Yeah. Or let me get more and more money so that I can have more number of I can have enjoyment as much as I want, eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. I use my intelligence for all this. What does that make us? That just makes us a slightly sophisticated animal, isn't it? So the real use of the additional feature that we have of intelligence is still not fulfilled, because we're still doing eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. So that is not the right utilization. So therefore, what is the real purpose of this higher intelligence? The real purpose of the higher intelligence is to find out why am I suffering, or who am I? Three important questions which are raised by when Rupa Goswami first time meets Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatan and Rupa, when they meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they ask these three questions to Chaitanya Prabhu. Who am I? Why am I suffering? Yeah. And what is, so therefore, if I know who am I and what am I, why am I suffering, what would be a logical third question? Any guesses?
How do I get out of this cycle?
Very nice. What is the best thing? What is the best benefit for me? How do I get out of this particular? So that is the real purpose of life. That is why not living like an animal, or living like or thinking that I'm living better like an animal. In fact, we are not even living better than an animal. Yeah, for example, a bear can sleep for 6 months. Can we sleep for 6 months? We can't. So even we are not even sleeping better. Eating a dog or a hog can eat whatever it wants. We can't even eat all of that. If we eat all of the what dog eats, we'll get indigestion. Yeah. So neither eating, sleeping, defending, mating, we are doing better than animals. So what is that use? So all the additional intelligence that we have, what is the real purpose of that additional intelligence? Is to understand the purpose of life. That is when you become human. So our Vedanta Sutra, it begins with this particular topic. It says Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. What does it say? Now you have come to the platform of understanding Brahman. Now meaning till now you were animalistic. But when you start thinking like a human being, when you start thinking, who am I? Why am I suffering? Then that is when you have come to the level of understanding Brahman. That's what it says. Therefore, the main human purpose of life is to answer these real questions. These are the real questions that we should use our intelligence for. That is when we fulfill the nature's feature of higher intelligence or higher consciousness. And therefore, our acharyas, our entire set of sages, they have written answers to all of these questions in various scriptures. And that is what we saw. We saw three types of pramanas. That one we missed out in our last introduction. This is what I wanted to put in. Srila Prabhupada mentions in the purport. This is also beautifully mentioned in the other class that we are doing, which is the Ishopanishad. So there it talks about these three types of pramanas. Pratyaksha praman, looking directly at this one, or Anuman, based on evidence, thinking, oh, it is like that, it is like that, or Shabda praman, to hear from authorized persons all of this. So when I'm wanting to answer these questions, what am I going to use? I'm either going to use my direct sense perception, or I'm going to put theories, yeah, and think it is like that, or think it is like that. Or what is the best way? Best way is to getting answers from our acharyas, because they have already written out answers to all of these particular questions. Yeah, and if you see, we have these four problems, four defects that we have. We commit a lot of mistakes. We become illusioned, which means we think we are the body. We have imperfect senses, like a dog can, smell better than us, or a bee can see ultraviolet light also. We cannot. So our senses are imperfect. And of course, we have a lot of cheating propensity. Therefore, if you see, if we have these four defects, then we Pratyaksha Praman and Anuman Praman, Anuman become problematic. Therefore, we have to depend on something outside, Shabda Praman. And therefore, comes this understanding of the Vedas or the Bhagavad Gita that we are discussing. One of the important reasons why we believe in Shabda Praman or Shruti, as somebody was mentioning, Shruti is because it comes from a bona fide authority. When we go to school, the school has a book, a chemistry book. Chemistry book will have written, this book is authorized by NCERT, or whatever, CBSE board or whatever. And there is an authorization that whatever is in this book has been checked by these many people. It's already, we don't have to really go and experiment again. We believe in that book, and we read and we find out, oh, hydrogen and oxygen is what water is. We don't have to go out and find out all over again. Why? We are looking at an authorized book which is giving this information. So same way, all of these scriptures that we have, they tell us. And one of the scriptures that we saw is Bhagavad Gita. And we also saw this particular piece in our last discussion. Vedas consist of four: Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajurveda, and Atharva Veda. And there are various Upanishads we saw. And there are something called as Itihasas. And Itihasas, two main, Ramayana and Valmiki. And the book that we are studying comes as part of the Mahabharata, as already mentioned. Yeah, and we've seen history of the Mahabharata. We also saw setting the scene. What was the background? Krishna is talking to Arjuna. They are in the battlefield. Yeah, and we also see that it is written by, even though it's dictated by Vyasadeva, it is actually scripted or written by Ganesha, Lord Ganesha. And there's a nice backstory. We remember that Ganesha says, okay, I will agree to write. Yeah, but you will have to not stop at all. And Vyasadeva says, oh, if I want to, it's going to take a long time to write this. And if I want to take a break, what will I do? So let me put a counter condition. He says, okay, I will agree to your condition only if you agree to mine, which is you will write if you have understood that verse correctly. You cannot just blindly write because I'm telling you. You have to write and you have to understand and agree to that particular verse. Only then So then if he wanted to take a break, Vyasadeva would put in some very complicated philosophy in the verse, and then Ganesha would keep thinking. And then by that time, Vyasadeva would have his break and come. So that is how the Mahabharata got penned down in this particular, and that's how even the Bhagavad Gita. So whatever is written in the Bhagavad Gita is already accepted by Lord Ganesha, is the clear understanding that we have. We saw Krishna's role, Krishna as a king, Krishna as the nephew of Kunti Maharani, and of course, therefore, Arjuna becomes a cousin of Lord Krishna, and how he has the king in Mathura, he becomes, or rather in Dwarka, he descends there. Yeah. So this is one more a nice overview of the Bhagavad Gita. So, like Ashish Prabhuji mentioned, 700 verses, 18 chapters, and this is how the breakup also is. Chapter 1 to chapter 6 talks about Karma Yoga, yeah, and it leads to Bhakti Yoga, which is detailed from chapter 7 to chapter 12. And chapter 13 to chapter 18 is another section, which is Jnana Yoga, knowledge, but that also leads to Bhakti Yoga. So if you see, it's like a sandwich. On this side is Karma Yoga, on this side is Jnana Yoga, and the core is Bhakti Yoga, where the clear, the bulk of the important knowledges or the applicable knowledges from chapter 7 to chapter 12. And overall, if you see, Lord Krishna establishes Bhakti Yoga as the most applicable process for Kali Yuga, and to understand God and to answer these questions that we saw. All the questions that we saw. What is one of the easiest ways to comprehend all of this is the process of Bhakti Yoga. That's what Krishna describes in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, we also saw this important one. How did Arjuna accept the Bhagavad Gita? How did he see Bhagavad Gita? We saw, he says that Krishna, you are the ultimate. And therefore, whatever you are saying is the supreme truth. This we will discuss in the 10th chapter. Arjuna says, you are Pavitram, you are Param Brahma, you are Param Bhavan, you are Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adidyam. He gives so many adjectives to Krishna to explain that whatever Krishna you are telling in the Bhagavad Gita is, or whatever you're telling me now, is the absolute supreme truth. Yeah, and this also gives us a view of how we should accept the Bhagavad Gita. We discussed that in detail also in our last class. Yeah, we saw purpose. 5 topics we saw. Ishvara talks about Lord Krishna, Krishna as the supreme controller. Then it talks about the Jiva, the analogy which Indu Mataji mentioned as 2 birds, Ishvara and Jiva sitting on the tree. Jiva is trying to enjoy the fruits of the tree. Ishvara is the witnesser. He is just looking at the Jiva. And then we saw Prakriti, or the 3 modes of nature, Sattva Guna, Tamor Guna, and Rajo Guna. Guna as in rope. Guna also means rope. So the mode or the rope of goodness, the rope of ignorance, and the rope of passion. Yeah, so goodness, passion, and ignorance. 3 things which bind us. Rope, what does the rope do? Rope binds us, right? So here also rope is like a binding. It's like, it acts like a puppet control. The 3 modes, or the entire material world consisting of 3 modes, is what the jivas are controlled by. Then comes Kal, or time, and we will see in Bhagavad Gita how Kal is described as time. And lastly, we discussed about karma. Karma as in the activities done by the jiva in the 3 modes, and because of those activities that he does, he gets reactions. If you do good, you'll enjoy the benefits of those reactions. If you do bad activity, if you are doing forbidden activity, then you get punishments or suffering. And that karma can come in this life itself or in next life. Yeah. So oops, no. That's what is the additional thing that I wanted to discuss and revise in the introduction. So before we start off with the first chapter, any quick questions anybody had? Yeah, this is the disciplic succession that we see from Krishna to what is being told to us by Srila Prabhupada. Okay, if not, if there are no questions, then let's start off with the first chapter.
Prabhu, I just had one question.
Yeah, Damodar, go ahead.
As you mentioned that Vyasadeva was narrating the Gita to Ganesh ji. So why isn't he in the succession?
Who? Ganesh ji is not in the succession. Ganesh ji is also in the succession. He is a demigod, right? So, but there are so if you see this succession is one branch. So if you see a tree, there is the main trunk, yeah, and then there are different branches, right? So if you see one of these particular branches is what is mentioned as to how the information or how this disciplic is coming to us. So in if there are so many other branches, right? So in those other branches, maybe Ganesha is in one of the other branch which is there, because when Lord Krishna at the very beginning, he explains Bhagavad Gita to Lord, not Bhagavad Gita, the entire knowledge to Lord Brahma. Then Lord Brahma he creates all the other sets of people, yeah, and then he gives the information to them. But what happens that in one of the branches, the disciplic succession gets broken. That's what we will see. Krishna says, and therefore, what does he do? He comes again to re-establish religion. So when Krishna comes again, in that there is a different. So therefore, there are so many different branches. And one of these, it's not that there's only one disciplic succession. Like in a tree, you can see so many branches, right? And if you want to go towards, you will go from the main trunk, then you'll go to the sub branch, then from that sub branch, you'll go to another multiple branch, then slowly you'll reach up, isn't it? So like that, there are many various branches, and this is the branch that how we have got the information. That's what it mentions. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So first chapter is Sainya Nirikshan, observing the armies of the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So please remember this name. We will ensure we get to remember all the names of the chapters. Okay, first one. Oh, what happened to this? Come on. Okay. So first verse. Somebody wants to try reading?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
Very nice. Yeah. So Dhritarashtra Uvacha, that's the first verse. That's one verse that Dhritarashtra is attributed to in the Bhagavad Gita of the 700 verses. Dhritarashtra is saying Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. That in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is also a Dharma Kshetra. Samaveta Yuyutsavaha, the brothers, the cousin brothers, they have all got together. Mamaka is mine, and Pandavas, them, me and them. Remember this, me and them. So he's clearly differentiating between the Kurus that he is and the others. Even though they are his brother's son, he's calling them Pandavas, and his son is calling mine. Mamaka Pandavas Chaiva. Kim is what? Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. What are they doing? And who is he asking this to? He's asking this to Sanjaya. Yeah, that's how the breakup is. Let's see what the translation is. Okay, Mataji, go ahead.
Not able to share. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do?
So this is the question which Dhritarashtra asks to Sanjaya, that my sons, you can see here, me. So this Dhritarashtra, he is actually, blinded by his own love for his sons, and therefore he is now worried. Oh, what is happening there? What is happening to my sons? And they are fighting these other, my brother's sons, Pandus. What are they doing? And this is the place of pilgrimage. Kurukshetra is a place of pilgrimage. There they have assembled. What are they doing? That is the question that he asks. And Srila Prabhupada gives in a little bit more introduction of Bhagavad Gita in the very first chapter's purport. Let's read that paragraph, this first paragraph. Mataji, go ahead.
Okay. Bhagavad Gita is the widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretation. The example of clear understanding is there in Bhagavad Gita itself. In the way of teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world.
Okay,
One will find him.
Hold on. So what is Srila Prabhupada here telling? He is telling that we have to learn Bhagavad Gita from that people with two specific qualities. One, he should be in disciplic succession, and he should be a devotee of Lord Krishna. That is the point that he makes. And this is very important. Why? Because other people are interpreting the Bhagavad Gita. They are thinking, oh, Krishna is saying like this, and this is what he means. This is how they are interpreting Bhagavad Gita. Many of the versions of the Bhagavad Gita, they say, no, don't surrender to Krishna. You have to surrender to the Lord, the Bhagwan inside Krishna. They think that Krishna is like a human being, just like we are the soul and we have the body. They think Krishna also has a material body, and there is this energy which is inside Krishna. That is the real God, and you should pray to that energy. When Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, you surrender to me, they think, oh no, don't you don't surrender to Krishna, you have to surrender to the Bhagwan inside Krishna. That is how they interpret, which is wrong, because they have not come to the disciplic succession and they are not a devotee of Lord Krishna. If you're a devotee of Lord Krishna, then what is the right way to understand Bhagavad Gita is that we should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Krishna, and that's what we are trying to do here. We are trying to understand what Srila Prabhupada, who is a devotee of Krishna, and Srila Prabhupada is talking to us, and we are discussing Bhagavad Gita by discussing the purports of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, and we've already seen that he is in a line of disciplic succession, isn't it? So this Bhagavad Gita that we are studying is exactly as per what Srila Prabhupada is saying. We are reading it from a disciple of Lord Krishna, a very good disciple, a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and he is in the disciplic succession. That is what the point here is. So that's what Srila Prabhupada says. This is the standard. So important point to note for all of us. What is the standard of Bhagavad Gita? It has to be explained by a devotee who comes in a disciplic succession, with an authorized disciplic succession. We've seen 4 authorized disciplic successions. Do you remember which those 4 are? We saw there is one slide in the introduction pack of last class.
Are they the paramparas?
Paramparas, yes.
Madhvacharya.
Madhva Parampara, very nice.
Ramanujacharya.
Ramanujacharya, okay, but they are called some very specific parampara. Anybody remembers what those are?
Dvaita, Vishishta, Dvaita.
No. Those are philosophies expounded by them. It's called Brahma, the Brahma Madhva Sampradaya. Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, or beginning from Lord Brahma, which is what our Sampradaya also is. This Bhagavad Gita or Srila Prabhupada, what is written based on Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. Brahma Madhva and Gauranga. Gauranga as in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we are from the Brahma Sampradaya. Then what else was there? Brahma, then?
It was Rudra.
Rudra Sampradaya, very nice. Rajiv is saying Shri Sampradaya in the chat, very good. So Brahma, Rudra, Shri, and one more.
Kumar
Sampradaya, very nice. Yeah. So 4 sets of Sampradayas. Okay, I'm not going to search for that slide. But anyway, those are the 4 Sampradayas. So we come under one of the Sampradayas, and therefore we are following the specific standard which is set of the Bhagavad Gita. A, disciplic succession. B, explained by a devotee of Lord Krishna. Yeah. So that is the important part here. That is what Srila Prabhupada mentioned. Also, the second paragraph talks about that this is taking place, the war is taking place in Kurukshetra, which is a very sacred place of pilgrimage. Kurukshetra is a very sacred place of pilgrimage. In fact, even earlier on, we see in the Krishna story, Kurukshetra is mentioned, where Lord Krishna, he actually becomes, and Balrama, they take the form of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. That also happens in the Kurukshetra place of pilgrimage. Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No. Okay. Additional information about Dharmakshetra is where Srila Prabhupada additionally mentions that he is now in this particular paragraph, he is mentioning that this is a sign of victory. Yeah. So one of the sections of the first chapter talks about what are the signs of victory for the Pandavas. So one of the signs of victory is what? Oh, it is happening in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yeah. So that's what here the word Dharmakshetre is significant, because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present. So now Krishna being on the side of Arjuna or in the side of Pandavas, that is also a very auspicious sign. Another auspicious sign is where the battle itself is happening. So the Dharmakshetra or pilgrimage, places of pilgrimage, are very beneficial to all the pious people. And therefore, Dhritarashtra is thinking, oh my God, it's happening in this pious place, and my sons, they are not so pious. So is this place going to help them? So he is highly doubtful. Srila Prabhupada says, Dhritarashtra is highly doubtful about the possibility of the son's victory. And therefore, he is asking, what did they do? So here, let's look at something more. Maruna, maybe somebody else, Ashish Prabhuji, can read from here. This particular point. He was confident. Ashish Prabhuji can read.
Prabhuji, I'm actually driving the car.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Maybe Aruna Mataji herself can read. Go ahead, Mataji.
Okay. He was confident that both his son and the sons of his younger brother, Pandus, were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want to compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield, because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship. Even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle.
Yeah,
he
hold
knew
on.
That
So, hold on. So now that is what the worry of Dhritarashtra is. Why is Dhritarashtra asking this question to Sanjaya? He is blind, he can't see. Yeah. So he says, okay, you please get me the news of the war. But Sanjaya, he is a very empowered personality. And because of Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya is Dhritarashtra's secretary. Yeah, Dhritarashtra knew Sanjaya had this power. What was his power? He could envision what is happening. He didn't have to physically go there. With his yogic power, he could look at what is happening at the war. So he was like a commentator. So Sanjaya is going to talk or tell Dhritarashtra what is happening in the war. Because Dhritarashtra was very worried. What is he worried about? Because he sees, all the signs seem to be favoring the Pandavas, and especially the place. So Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the battlefield. So when Dhritarashtra is asking this question, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, in the Dharmakshetra, he could have just said in Kurukshetra what is happening, but he especially mentions Dharmakshetre, which means he is worried that the place is going to favor the Pandavas. It's like whenever we are wanting to know what is going to happen. Now we look at all these different things, right? Let us look at so for example, if you have invested in the stock market, you'll want to know, let's look at what is happening in the economy, what is happening here tomorrow. Based on all of this, will this market go up? Will I make money or not? You look at all these other signs, right? So same way Dhritarashtra is looking at signs. This war is going to happen. Who will win? I want my sons to win. So are there signs which tell us what this particular signs are shown? So the first section of the first chapter, or one of the sections of this, is just to look at what are the various signs of victory. So as we're going to read further shlokas, I want you to take note, of what are the different signs of victory that are being discussed by Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra. And in their conversations, we'll point out, this is a sign of victory. This is a sign of victory. Yeah, that's what we will do. So Sanjaya is a student of Vyasa, and by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Sanjaya was a very powerful yogi, and he had yogic powers. What is a yogic power? He was like Doordarshan. He was like television. You could go to anywhere. He could close his eyes and he could envision what is happening there in that war. He had that magic power, and therefore Dhritarashtra asks him, "Tell me what is happening." Yeah. So now comes another important angle, which Srila Prabhupada mentions about the position of Dhritarashtra when he says Mam Kaha. What does he say in this particular first verse? He says Mam Kaha, mine, me and mine. So he's so worried about mine, about only his own sons. He's not so much worried about the Pandavas. Now, that is the angle which Srila Prabhupada mentions in this last paragraph. Let's read this last paragraph. Yes, Sharmila Mataji can read.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana, and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons, headed by Yudhishthira, would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharmakshetre and Kurukshetre, apart from their historical and Vedic
point. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, that's so this is the significance of the word Dharmakshetre. Yeah, that here Dhritarashtra's mind is very clear. He is differentiating the Pandavas. The Pandavas, he's not calling them Kurus. he is calling only his own sons as Kurus. But Krishna, so his plan, what is Dhritarashtra's plan? Oh, we have to weed out all these Pandavas, all these unnecessary. They are trying to come in and enjoy, take all our palace and all our kingdom. We want to weed them out. And therefore, by hook or crook, by cheating, by doing all of this in the Mahabharata, we see they have been trying to kill the Pandavas in different mechanisms. Yeah, but Krishna has a separate plan. So that's what is being mentioned here. Krishna is on the side of the Pandavas. So therefore, that becomes another sign of victory for the Pandavas. Krishna is the head of religion. He is the father of religion. He is the one who establishes religion. Dharmam tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. And that's one of the verses that comes in our scriptures, that who establishes dharma? It is only Lord who can establish dharma. Yeah. So now Krishna is establishing dharma. What is he obviously going to do? He's going to remove all the Kauravas. Therefore, that becomes another sign of victory for the Pandavas, basically. Yeah. So that is how the first verse is understood of this particular Bhagavad. We see the worry of Dhritarashtra. And we also see how Dhritarashtra is like blinded. He is blinded. Of course, he doesn't understand, the concept of the soul. He's thinking me and mine, oh, my body. He's only thinking, oh, the Kauravas are important and the Pandavas are not important. He's not thinking from that perspective. He is therefore blind spiritually and he's also blind physically. That is how we can see. And that's how the understanding comes of the very first verse of the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So what we see here is two signs of victory that you can take note of. One is it is happening in Dharmakshetra, therefore it is going to help the Pandavas, and Lord Krishna is there on the side of the Pandavas, is what we will see further. Now comes the answer of Sanjaya. After that's only one verse that Dhritarashtra says. Sanjaya talks now, gives the answer, and mostly we'll see the entire Bhagavad Gita is is like a discussion between Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra, but more Sanjaya telling what Krishna and Arjuna have spoken. Yeah, so it's like a third party account. So if you imagine Dhritarashtra sitting and next to him is Sanjaya, and they are both talking, and Sanjaya is telling, what am I seeing there in the battlefield? And there is this action happening. It's just like a commentary on the cricket field. There is in many good old days, we didn't have television. We would listen to transistors, and you would keep the transistors on the phone, and the commentator who is actually seeing there, he would tell, oh, this is happening, this person is bowling, this person is batting this way, now it's a 4, now it's a 6. Same way, Sanjaya is the commentary man here. So Sanjaya starts his commentary. That's why we have Sanjaya Uvacha. Okay, yeah, Shamila Mataji, please read the shloka.
Sanjaya Uvacha Dushva tu Pandavan Vanikam Yudaham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit.
Very nice, very nice. Sanjaya Vacha Drishtva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastata Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vajanam Abravit. So let's see what is Sanjaya seeing. Okay, go ahead, Mataji.
Sanjaya said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Yeah. So now, who is the teacher of the Pandavas and the Kauravas?
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya. Yeah. So Dronacharya is one of the commanders or the generals of the wars of the Kaurava side. So there are two sides, Kauravas and the Pandavas. And Kauravas largely is made up by whose army? Anybody remembers? Kaurava side army is?
Krishna Bhagwan's army.
Krishna's army, yes. From Dwarka, from Krishna's army, the Vrishni. That is the army which is there. And on Pandava side, there are various other sets of people. So now Duryodhana is seeing, oh, who all there? Let me find out on the Pandava side, who are all the generals, who are the set of people who are fighting. And who is he telling this to? He is coming and telling this to his teacher, Dronacharya. Sanjaya, he is saying, what did he say is what we will see. But Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport about this particular point, which I was mentioning earlier, that Dhritarashtra being blind from birth was blind physically also and spiritually also. Yeah. So he basically, wanted some kind of assurance from Sanjaya. Oh, Sanjaya, see all of this. Does my does it look as if my sons are going to win the battle, or win the war? So that is what he is trying to make, and Sanjaya is trying to also help his king, help his master. So let's see what does this. Srila Prabhupada nicely interprets or understands the Sanjaya's position. Indu Mataji can read the next from here. Sanjaya wanted.
Yes, Swami. Hare Krishna. Sanjaya wanted therefore to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief Dronacharya to inform him of the real position. Although Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the commander on account of the seriousness of the situation. He was therefore quite fit to be a politician. But Duryodhana's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas.
So now additional information that we come to know, of course, we will see further. That Sanjaya is telling his master Dhritarashtra that what is the positions that have been taken by the opposing party, because you want to assess the strength, right, of the opposing party in a war. So Duryodhana has seen all of this, and what is he doing? He's coming and telling to his one of the generals of his war, the commander, who is Dronacharya, that so Srila Prabhupada mentions, even though he is the king, he still has to in the battlefield. It is the commander who is commander of the entire army, and they also need to kind of arrange the fighting in the army in a particular manner. Yeah, so he's coming and telling his master, his commander, that this is the military arrangement of the Pandavas. So let's see what the military arrangement of the Pandavas is, as explained by Duryodhana to his commander. So let's see this one. Yeah, Indu Mataji, read the next shloka number 3.
Hare Krishna. Pashyatam Panduputrānam Acharya Mahatim Tamum
Vyudham
Vyudham
Drupada
Drupada Tab Sishyena Dhimata.
Very nice. So he is referring to Drupada, and we will see some backstory there.
O my teacher, behold the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada.
So on the Pandava side, now we come to know. So you'll have to make note of all of these things. We've now seen 2 additional characters. Total characters we've seen till now is how many? Let's count. Till now, from the verse number 1 to now, who all have we seen? Dhritarashtra, very nice. Then Sanjaya, very nice. Dronacharya, very nice. Who else? Duryodhana, very good.
Lord Krishna.
Yeah, Lord Krishna is not mentioned till now. Somebody else now, just now in this verse. Drupada Putrena. And who is Drupad Putrena? Anybody knows?
Drishtadyumna.
It's Krupacharya, I think, right? Even I don't remember. I think it's Krupacharya. It will come down somewhere. Yeah, so and there is a nice backstory which is what is important. So Drupada Putrena, Drupada is son of Drupada. Actually, it's brother of Draupadi. He is the one who is the commander on the Pandava side. Yeah. So Drupada Putrena, basically, why does he mention? Why does Duryodhana not mention the name of the person? Rather, he refers to him as son of Drupada. And Srila Prabhupada explains very nicely that there is a enmity between Dronacharya and King Drupada. Already there is some Drishtadyumna, you're right. There is already an enmity between Drupada and Dronacharya, and even though there was an enmity, still Drishtadyumna, the son of Drupada, brother of Draupadi, he was still sent to training in under Dronacharya, and Dronacharya still trains him, not looking at whether he is the son of my enemy. That is what real vision is. So if you see Dhritarashtra, he is thinking me and mine, oh, my sons, my sons. But whereas the same here, Dronacharya, he is of course a very highly qualified Brahmana, and he knows everything about the Vedas and the Upanishads and the scriptures. So he is very clear. He doesn't make a differentiation. He says, oh, Drishtadyumna, you've come to study under me. Yes, you are a Kshatriya and you should know the martial arts. I don't care what your background is. You might use this knowledge tomorrow to kill me also. Yeah, but you have come to me for education. I have to give you education. So there are two angles that are very nicely mentioned here. And Dronacharya, not Dronacharya, Duryodhana, the politician, what is he trying to do? He's trying to incite Dronacharya, his commander. See, you trained this guy and now he's fighting against you. Also, you trained this guy who's the son of your enemy. So like two levels of incitement Duryodhana is trying to bring in to his commander, so that his commander will fight nicely. So that's what here he says. Look, you have taught him all of this. Now he has arranged this entire thing so nicely. So now you will have to fight such a person. That's what he says. Let's look at what Srila Prabhupada says here very nicely. Dronacharya knew. Yeah? So let's read from here. Indu Mataji, go ahead and finish this.
Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Drishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. Now on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Drishtadyumna took the side of the Pandavas, and it was he who arranged for their military phalanx after having learned the art from Dronacharya. Duryodhana pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting.
Sorry, just a minute. Yeah.
By this, he wanted to point out also that he should not be similarly lenient in battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna especially was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhana also warned that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat.
So there are three things that means. Third thing which he is trying to point out, Duryodhana is trying to point out, oh, you were lenient earlier, but don't be lenient now. And now, if you are lenient, then you will be pointing that we will be having a defeat. So now Duryodhana is already thinking of defeat. So that is another sign of victory for the Pandavas. Duryodhana already thinking, oh, let me, go and do some chavi to, Dronacharya, so that he will fight nicely and he will not be lenient, because he thinks, oh, already Dronacharya might be on the side of the Pandavas, because, he also, Dronacharya and Bhishma, for both of them, the Pandavas were the most favorite students. So he thinks, oh, Dronacharya might be lenient. So let me ensure that he is not lenient, because any leniency will lead to the defeat of the Kauravas. So that's another sign of victory that we can see from the purport and the dialogue of Duryodhana. Duryodhana is wanting to ensure Dronacharya is not lenient in the war. Okay, now come more characters. Please make a note of all the characters that are coming in the war. And it's an interesting first section. The first section is like a cast of characters. So many characters are introduced in the first in the first chapter. First chapter, like I said, two sections. We will see the second section, but first section consists of signs of victory. And what we are studying now, when we go through the shlokas, is what are the signs of victory that we can see when we read these first section shlokas. Okay, let's read the next shloka, shloka number 4. Yeah, Devaki can try reading. Devaki is there, or look? Yeah, go ahead, Devaki. Okay, nice, very nice. Yes, try, Mataji. Go ahead. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, translation, go ahead.
Here in this army are many heroic women, equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna, great fighters like Yudhana, Virata, and Drupada.
Yeah, so now further more warriors are being told by Duryodhana. Duryodhana is telling his teacher that who are there on the opposite side. Bhima is there, Arjuna is there, and apart from that, who else is there? Yuyudhana, Virata, and Drupada. More characters. Yuyudhana. So now, actually, if you see, if you have read the Mahabharata, that typically what happens when this war is announced. So then everybody from both sides, the Pandava side and the Kaurava side, they want to rally their set of people. They also want to get support from other people. Yeah. So other kingdoms, they all come, the kings from the other kingdoms come because they want to either support the Pandavas or the Kauravas. And there is very nice descriptions in the Mahabharata as to when King Virat comes, who approaches them, and based on how they approach and what the relationship is, the kings will support either the Pandavas or the Kauravas. So here we see three sides: Yuyudhana, again, one of the warriors, Virat. Virat, if you know Virat, King Virat was, of course, not Virat Kohli. King Virat was the neighboring king where the Pandavas did their Agyatwas. If you remember, as part of the Vanvas, 13 years, 1 year was supposed to be in Agyatwas. They should go and hide in such a place that they should never be able to find out. Kauravas should not find out where the Pandavas are. For 1 year, they have to hide. So they go and hide in Virat. So therefore, Virat was very close to the Pandavas. And because Virat was close to the Pandavas, he, of course, fought for the Pandavas. Same with Drupada. Drupada, son, of course, Draupadi is married to the Pandavas. So therefore, Drupada takes the side of the Pandavas. So all of these are being mentioned by Duryodhana, so that he thinks, oh, let me help, let me get Dronacharya to nicely devise the entire battle plan, so that he can overall come very, very nicely. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So yeah, that's what is the purport. Also, Mataji, read the purport very quickly, small one.
Even though Drishtadyumna was not a very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in the military art, there were many others who were causes of fear. They are mentioned by Duryodhana as great stumbling blocks on the path of victory because each and every one of them was as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared the others with them.
So Duryodhana as a politician, he is trying to, rally his commander, saying that yes, we are going to win the war. But we have to measure what the strength of the other side is. So he already knows Duryodhana, Bhima and Arjuna are very, very powerful. And along with that powerful people are these three more kings, Yudhana, Virata, and Drupada. Duryodhana is trying to measure what the power on the other side is. Some more sets of people. Yeah, Lokpalika Mataji can read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
दृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च
Viryavan.
पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैभ्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, translation, go ahead.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chekitana, Kashiraja, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja, and Shaibhya.
Yeah. So furthermore, characters are much very powerful fighters. So already now it looks like another sign of victory. Duryodhana is getting scared. Oh my God, they have this fighter, they have that fighter, they have this one. That is how he kind of is telling his teacher that these are the other sets of people. And he is like, getting a bit scared basically. And then furthermore also he sees, because he is making the view of the Sainya Nirikshan, observing the armies of the battlefield. If you remember, the name of this chapter is what? Observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Sainya Nirikshan. Also, he is looking at all the sets of people on that side and also on his own side. We will see his own side, who all are there. Let's see who are the other sides on the Pandava side is the next shloka. Yeah, Sachin Prabhuji, read. We can't hear you, Sachin Prabhu, if you are speaking. Hare Krishna.
युद्धमन्युषु विक्रांत उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्व सर्व एक महारथा.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, go ahead.
There are the mighty Yuddhamanyu, the very powerful Uttamaja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters.
So now further sets of warriors there on the side of the Pandavas. Yuddhamanyu, Uttamauja, son of Subhadra, sons of Draupadi. So son of Subhadra is, anybody knows son of Subhadra? Abhimanyu, very nice. And the 5 sons of Draupadi, they are also there. All of these are what? Great chariot fighters. So he is telling his Dronacharya that this is what the sets of people are. There is Arjuna, Bhima, all these other important kings, and all of these other people. So you have to now make the right kind of battle plan, is what he is telling, because he's getting scared of all of these sets of people. Okay, let's look at a couple of more shlokas. Yeah, Krishna Priya, you want to try?
Yes, Prabhu. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tanyabodhadvijotama nayaka mama sayasya samyartham tandravimite.
Very nice. Yeah, go ahead.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. But for your information, O best best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force.
So now he's talked about these 5, 7, 8 sets of people, great powerful people on the Pandava side. Now he's telling, oh, best of Brahmanas is who? Dronacharya. He's telling to Dronacharya, now I'm going to tell you who are from my side. So that I will let me get some also a little bit of courage, because their side, oh my God, such fantastic powerful people, such fantastic archers, such strong men. All of those are on that side, but who is on my side? Let me see who is on my side. So he tells now the next shloka. Come on, yeah, 8. Okay, from my side, 8 shloka is who? Let's see who this on this side. Yes, Shamila Mataji, go ahead.
Bhavan Bhishmasya Karmanasya Karnasya Kripasya Samitimjayah Ashwathama Vikarnasya Saumadattistathaivacha.
Very nice, very nice.
There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarma, and the son of Somadatta called Bhuri Shrava, who are always victorious in battle.
Very nice. So now comes whatever you've written down till now, characters. Some are Pandava side, some are Kaurava side. So now Kaurava side we are listing out. Who are the Kaurava side or Duryodhana side? Duryodhana himself, also Dronacharya. Now along with Duryodhana and Dronacharya, who was there? You as in this is this you is referring to Dronacharya. Is referring to then Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, son of Dronacharya, Vikarna, son of Somadatta called Bhurishrava. So Bhurishrava. So all these are on the side of on this side. So if you have drawn 2 columns, Pandava side we've listed down. Now comes Kaurava side. Kaurava side you can list down all of these people. Duryodhana and Dronacharya and all of these people, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna and Bhurishrava. So Srila Prabhupada mentions a little bit about these people. Let's see what he says. Mataji, go ahead, read the purport. Shamila Mataji, you are muted.
Sorry, I'm just trying to get to the page. Something slipped from my hand. Okay, I got it. Duryodhana mentions the exceptional heroes in the battle, all of whom are ever victorious. Vikarma is a brother of Duryodhana. Ashwatthama is the son of Dronacharya. And Saumadatti or Bhurishrava is the son of king of the Bhalikas. Karna is the half-brother of Arjuna, as he was born of Kunti before a marriage with King Pandu. Kripacharya's twin sister married Dronacharya.
So some relationship we have already seen the entire complex Kuru family. So many people here there. So now some more information about the relationships here. So Kripacharya, actually interestingly, the sister of Kripacharya is married to Dronacharya. So even though Dronacharya is, he's on this side, therefore Kripacharya comes on the side of the Kauravas to fight. Yeah. So that's how the side of the Kauravas is. All of these sets of people. Okay, let's read one more shloka and close for the day. Which is this one. Yeah, Indu Mataji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Anye cha bahava shura mat arte tvakta jivita nana shastra praharanaha sarve yuddha visharada.
Yeah, so go ahead. Very nice.
Translation: there are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons and all are experienced in military science. Hare Krishna.
So interestingly, see, that's what Duryodhana is mentioning. He's saying all those who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. So Duryodhana is thinking, oh, they are already going to get killed. So this is, we can see one more sign of victory. What is the sign of victory? That all the great warriors, they are going to die. In the warriors on the side of the Pandavas or the Kauravas are already going to die. Who is predicting this? Duryodhana himself is saying, "Oh, they are all going to die. They've already here to come and die for me." So Srila Prabhupada makes this point. He says, in other words, it's already concluded that all of them would die in the battle of Kurukshetra for joining the sinful party of Duryodhana. Yeah. So, of course, Duryodhana is thinking that I'm going to win, but still this becomes one more sign of victory. Yeah. So, what are signs of victory that we have seen till now? One is all the great heroes are going to die for Duryodhana in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Yeah. One more sign of victory. What others did we see? Quick revision.
Dharma Kshetre.
Dharma Kshetre, very nice.
Then Lord is present at the side of Pandavas.
On the side of Pandavas, very nice.
Then Duryodhan tells to the Dronacharya, do not show any leniency towards.
Yes, very nice. He's already thinking, oh, we might lose if Dronacharya shows leniency. Very nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, so many signs of victory we are already seen and discussed in this particular discussion that we've had today. So we are out of time. It's already 5:30. I think everybody has to go also. Any quick questions or thoughts or comments before we close the class today?
Guruji, the signs of victory, is it what Srila Prabhupada is telling us, or
No, it's the disciplic understanding. So when we go to when we hear from other acharyas also, the other acharyas have mentioned all of these particular points.
Okay, no, this is for us to understand.
Yes, for us to understand. You're right.
For us to. Okay.
Yeah, so when we read, so typically what happens when each of the shloka is read, you try to dissect the shloka in multiple ways. So one of the ways in which the overall first chapter is dissected, we will see the dissection. I didn't want to introduce that today, but we will introduce the overall sectioning of the first chapter. The sectioning of the first chapter is, the first section is signs of victory. So when we read certain sets of shlokas from the beginning, we will identify the signs of victory. Then the second section is consisting of three more parts. First part is Krishna as what is that? Krishna's part as what is that word that I forgot? Krishna plays the part of Bhakta Vatsala. How Krishna is helping the devotees. Then that's one part. Then we will see the various conch shells, in the joining, and of course we will see one important part is the 5 doubts of Arjuna. Yeah. So the first chapter talks about, these are the topics of the first chapter. Signs of victory, Krishna is Bhakta Vatsala, Arjuna's 5 doubts, various conch shells of each of the sets of people. Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji, do we need to remember the names of all the warriors?
No, you don't have to, just make a note of it. That's it.
Okay.
Make a note, we can discuss. It's good to discuss it. Good to use it during our preaching. Yeah. So it's good when because people then, when you hear with authority all of these things, people then listen. They say, oh, she knows all of these details. Great. That means so then it becomes very powerful for preaching when we know all of these things. That's the only thing. Finally, everything we have to do for Krishna's service.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, let's close today for this particular session. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Geetam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Eva, Eko Mantra Tasya Namani Yani Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva, Tumeva Mata Cha Pita Tumeva Bandhuscha Sakha Tumeva Vidya Dravinam Tumeva Sarvam Mamadeva Deva, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranataha Klesha Nashaya Govindaya Namo Nama, Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Chananda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo नमो नमः। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। कात्यायनी महामाये महायोगिन्यधीश्वरी नन्दगोपसुतं देवी पतिं मे कुरुते नमः। श्रीकृष्णः शरणं मम दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि। श्रीकृष्णः शरणं मम दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि। श्रीकृष्णः शरणं मम दासोऽहं कृष्ण तवास्मि। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भगवद गीता पाठ की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय।